Have you ever stopped to think about the secret life of a piece of gold? Not in a mine, but inside your business? Today, we're going to follow its entire journey, from just a piece of raw metal all the way to a beautiful ornament in a customer's hands. And we're going to see how technology is, well, completely changing the game.
I mean, really think about it. For any jeweler, this is the million-dollar question, right? That one little gram of gold, it passes through so many hands, so many different processes. How on earth do you make sure it's always accounted for, always working for you, and never ever just gets lost in the shuffle?
Exactly. Every single step on its journey is a critical point. When you buy it, when you hand it over to an artisan to work their magic, when it's sitting pretty in your display, and finally when it gets sold, each of those moments can either make you money or quietly drain your profits. So managing this isn't just about tracking, it's about mastering your own profitability.
And let's be real, the challenges are huge. You've got the constant headache of trying to know exactly what's in your stock. You've got that trust-based, often paper-heavy system of working with your artisans. And then there's that dreaded fear of dead stock. You know, those beautiful pieces that just sit there, tying up all your capital. On top of all that, you've got a mountain of manual accounting and the absolute chaos of billing during a busy festival season. It's a lot.
So let's start at the very beginning of our story. We're going to follow 100 grams of pure 24-karat gold the moment it enters the business. And its first stop? The artisan's workshop. This is where the magic is supposed to happen.
Now this is where things get really interesting. JewellPlus completely digitizes this traditionally complicated relationship. When you give the artisan that 100 grams of gold, you create a digital Nave voucher. Instantly, the system knows who has your metal. There is zero guesswork. And when those finished ornaments come back, a JAMA voucher records everything: the final weight, the number of pieces, even the wastage. It's all there, with total accuracy.
And check this out. This shows you the transformation perfectly. You sent out 100 grams of pure 24-karat gold. What you get back might be 10 beautiful chains, but now they weigh around 109 grams because they're 22-karat. The software handles this complicated conversion from fine weight to gross weight automatically. The key thing here is it makes all that tricky math simple, transparent, and totally error-free.
Okay, so our shiny new chains are back from the artisan. They're gorgeous, but right now they're basically anonymous. The next crucial step is to give each one its own unique identity so we can track it perfectly right up until the moment it's sold.
And we do that by giving every single ornament what is essentially a digital fingerprint, a barcode. Now this is so much more than just a price tag. You should think of it like a passport, holding all the critical information for that specific piece for its entire life in your store.
So what's crammed into this tiny little label? Oh, just about everything. The exact gross and net weights, the specific making charges, its purity, the mandatory HUID code, the government's unique ID for hallmarking, what kind of item it is, say a box chain, and even who you got it from. All this rich data is what makes the whole system run, from lightning-fast stock counts to super smooth sales.
Now let's move on to the most critical moment of all, the sale. We're heading to the sales counter where all that careful preparation really pays off, especially when the store is packed and your customers want a fast, seamless experience.
This is where it gets really, really smooth. Picture this. A salesperson is on the floor with a tablet, creating an estimate for a customer. This generates a simple counter delivery note number. When the customer's ready to pay, they just give that number to the cashier. The cashier types it in, and boom, the entire bill is pre-populated. No re-entering items, no chance for mistakes.
So, let's say the final bill comes out to 1,29,127 rupees. Now, you know how it is in the jewelry world. Paying for something like this is almost never straightforward. People like to pay in all sorts of different ways.
And this is where the system's flexibility really shines. The customer might pay a chunk in cash, maybe they'll trade in some old gold, which the system handles as a URD purchase. They might redeem a monthly advance scheme they've been paying into, and then put the rest on a credit card. The software handles all of these mixed payments in a single transaction completely effortlessly.
So the sale is done, the customer's happy, but for the business owner, the work is usually just getting started, right? This is where the manual accounting nightmare often kicks in. But not here.
This is the absolute game changer. The moment that bill is generated, the accountant's work is already done. That one single sales transaction triggers an instant, automatic update across every single financial record in your business. The days of double entry are officially over.
Just look at this incredible domino effect. A sale is made. Instantly, that barcoded chain is gone from your stock count. The sale is logged in your daybook. Your profit and loss statement immediately reflects the new profit. And your balance sheet? It's updated in real time. This means that as an owner, you have a live, 100% accurate view of your business's financial health at any second of any day.
Okay, now we get to the most powerful part of all this. We've tracked the gold, we've sold it, we've accounted for it. But what about all that amazing data we've been collecting along the way? This is where you go from just running your business to strategically growing it. First, let's talk about the enemy of every jeweler, dead stock. You know what this is. It's the inventory that just sits there. It's not moving, it's tying up your precious capital, and those making charges you paid are just a sunk cost. The goal is to avoid this like the plague.
See, traditionally, jewelers have to buy based on guesswork or intuition, right? And that often leads to a whole lot of slow-moving items. But with data, you shift to a whole new model. The software gives you reports that show you exactly which designs, which weight ranges, and which categories are flying off the shelves. You stop buying what you think will sell, and you start buying what you know will sell.
And this is exactly how it works in practice. It's brilliant. You can set minimum and maximum stock levels for everything. So the system sees you're completely sold out of your lightweight box chains and says, hey, you need to order 10 more. Then it sees you actually have too many of the 5 to 10 gram chains, so it says, nope, don't order those. And it tells you you're running low on the heavier ones, so it recommends ordering 4. It's like having your own personal purchasing expert, backed by cold, hard data.
So after following that single gram of gold from a simple purchase all the way to becoming a data point that helps you make a smarter decision, the final question is pretty simple. Are you ready to stop managing paperwork and let technology handle all the tedious work so you can finally focus on what you do best: artistry, customer relationships, and actually growing your business?